Go Taco Tuesday. Y'all know how we do. That's right, Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Check it out. I got my God did hoodie on, right? They didn't believe in us, but God did. I got my God did hoodie on today. Got this from Raquel. It's super warm, which I appreciate because it's 21 degrees right here in Lexington, Kentucky. But on today's episode, we're going to go deep. We're in a series called Meanwhile at the Lundys. And we love that word meanwhile because it really means, by definition, it's at the same time. And there are so many things going on at the same time. And so what we're doing this week is slowing down and really extracting the lessons from all of that. I'm going to share an experience with a really important wagon, a four-wheeler, a 10-year-old, and the aftermath of that. We're also going to talk about an 8-year-old calling her grandma to try to get away from her dad. We'll talk about that today. We're also going to share a really cool video a little bit later that I think you're going to enjoy of a blindfolded man standing in the middle of a crowded area. So that and more on today's episode of GM3X. I hope you're ready. It's time to rise and grind. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday. What is it? November 22nd. That's right. Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Now, on top of that, dude, today is Taco Tuesday, right? Today is Taco Tuesday. So make sure at some point in your schedule today, you should include some sort of taco. I think it's super, super important that you make that happen. Taco Tuesday is phenomenal, and I'm excited about Taco Tuesday. Normally we do Taco Tuesday over at grandma's house. That's what we typically do. We go to my mom's house, and Everett makes up some delicious tacos, and that's typically what it looks like for us on Tuesday. With this being Thanksgiving week, we're doing things a little bit differently. We have some very dear friends of ours, Joanna and Tyler Hamilton. They are going to be coming in later this afternoon, and we're going to do Taco Tuesday at my house, which is super cool. Everett's going to come down. He's going to cook the tacos. I hear a hot mic on Clubhouse. He's going to make the tacos, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And we're super excited. The Hamiltons have a bunch of kids too, right? Four kids. Is that right, Naomi? Actually, yeah, I think they got 4. Locke, yeah, four, maybe 5. It's hard to keep track of all these babies. But they're going to bring over all of their kids, right? So it's going to just be, a bunch of kids and a bunch of tacos. And my guess is that they will be out there probably, riding quads and making terrible decisions. That is my guess. We've got 10 acres of land out there. They will probably out there riding quads and making poor decisions. And I know you probably think I'm joking on that, and part of me is. But for real, when you're 6 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, 13 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, or 70 years old, it's very likely that at some point we're going to make a poor decision, right? I'm going to give you an example. This is a picture from yesterday. And this picture right here, for those of you that are watching, this picture right here, this is a picture from last night. I happened to be upstairs. I was doing some spackling, and what this picture is you can see my son's quad that he loves to ride every day, and also behind it, what you see is a wagon. Now that's Dad's wagon, all right, and I've used that wagon for years. That wagon is like it's my most used tool in the house. That wagon has helped me move. It has helped me move dressers. It has helped me move beds. It's it's an incredibly sturdy wagon, and as you can see there, it's got the right rear axle broken off of it, and also in the picture, for those of you that aren't watching the visual, which I highly suggest you do today, just click that link there at the top. Also in the picture, you see my son, and that is my son sitting on his knees with his head down, because my son had decided, he had made a choice with all of his friends cheering him on. He had made a choice to take his quad. See, John Paul used that wagon too. He had decided to take his quad and go full speed and basically jump the wagon. And he ran into the wagon, ran over the wagon. I watched him do it up from the my daughter's room, and he, obviously broke the wagon. And when I saw him, I immediately went downstairs, put on my coat, and I went outside, and right there in front of all of his friends, I said, Joel, I said, what are you thinking, son? Have you lost your mind, man? You want me to go into your room and destroy all your stuff? You want me to go pull your stuff out and run over it with my truck? Like, what are you thinking, man? I said, I don't know, man. Maybe you don't need your quad for a week or two. I don't know. I said, but here's what I do know. I do know that you need to take that rope off the back of your quad. You need to go put this stuff up. You need to think about what you did. And so then I went back upstairs. I immediately just turned around, went back upstairs, told my wife, I said, dude, that boy done lost his mind. She said, what? I said, oh, man. And so I went upstairs, and I went back to, we're patching a hole in my daughter's room. And I looked out the window. When I looked out the window, I saw my son. And I saw him just sitting there, as you can see in this video. This is a very intimate video, all right? God put it on my heart to share this with you guys today. If you see my son, or you know my son, you don't need to bring this up to him. But God put it on my heart to share it with you. But this is my son sitting outside. He had tried to fix the wagon and couldn't fix the wheel, right? And as you can see in the video, he's just sitting there outside in the cold. He's got his hood up over his head and he's crying. And he's just sitting in it, right? Like he made a decision. He made a bad choice. He knew I was disappointed. And he just sat in it. And as he just sat there, man, it just, golly, man. It broke my heart. Like watching the video right now just breaks my heart, right? It just broke my heart. He just sat there in his shame and in his guilt. And I wanted to go save him, you know what I mean? I wanted to just go grab him and just save the kid. But I didn't. I let him continue to sit in it. I let him feel the guilt and the shame, the disappointment of making a poor decision, right? And have you ever done that? Have you ever just sat in guilt and shame and regret? I know I have. And after about 10 to 15 minutes, Uh, you can see here he's got the wheel back on, and he thinks he's got the wheel back on. He goes to pull it, and the wheel falls back off again. But after about 10 to 15 minutes, he came up. He came upstairs, and he took the key to his quad, and he set it on the dresser, right? Like basically, Dad, I'm not worthy of this. And so he took the key and he set it on the dresser. And and the kid is just so frustrated, right? But he took the key, set it on the dresser, and he walked away, or he started to walk away. And as he started to walk away, I grabbed him. And I'll share with you exactly what I told him. But first, before I do, you know what we got to do on this show. Come on now. You know what we got to do on this show. Come on now. Come on now. We got to get this body in motion. We got to shift that energy a little bit. I see those folks from Clubhouse popping over here to Facebook for the full production. I appreciate you being here. We got more video and stuff for you here today, all right? So make sure you stay tuned. All right, but for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. All right, I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So if you're over here on Facebook, that's right, Brandon. If you're over there on Facebook, go ahead and hit the share button. Over there on Clubhouse, share it out as well. Right there at the bottom of the screen, go ahead and hit that share button. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, I greatly appreciate it. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. All right, whether you're watching this live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. All right. How you doing, William Bush? Great to see you. Tina Kelly Overfelt. It's been challenging to find you on Facebook today. I'm not sure why, Tina. Probably because today's a powerful episode. Melvin Rodriguez. Great to see you. Janelle Griego. Great to see you as well. Jacqueline Underwood and Robin Wilshans. Dana Fishbein. Are we going to ask Santa for a new wagon? We might just do that, Dana. Tom Popelka. We got Bella Rigby in the building. Natasha Smith and Tarika Simmons are up in here as well. I see Dr. Tanji and my guy TM is in the building. Jeff and Renee and stars Tina, Justin, Dora, Maria, and Christina. What's up, Ramon? How you doing, Limitless Siga? I see William is up in here today, liking that American flag. What's up, Coco? Terrence is in the building. Kimberly and Tom and Melvin and Linnell, Mindy and Patty and Maisha, Christine and Tori, Annelle and Peter and Brandon and Travis, Eli. What's up, Core Element? How you doing, Dr. Jamesia? Annette's in the building. Don Sankey. I see, who is that? Health is in the building. Anton, Andy, Cass, Angeline, Elizabeth, Commando, all kinds of folks, right? Natasha Smith is up in here. Beautiful. Great to see you, Natasha. I see Mrs. Trisha Rue. Gloria Bond is up in here. Nathaniel Banks. I was on your show yesterday, Mr. Banks. What's up, Regina Fleming? I see Kyle Frederick is up in here. All kinds of folks. Tammy Hicks, I'm glad you're here. Nina and Jackie, Regina and Charisma, Sheila and Felicia and Tarika. Mary Kim's in the building. Yin's in the building. Migena made it to round 2 in the America's Greatest Speaker competition. Way to go, Migena. Jean and Roger, Allison and Fumi, Natasha and Russell, my guy Scott Simons, Liddy and Fiona. Thanks for being here this morning. Just good morning. Rich Pintrick, you know how we do. Eula's up in here. Sol Salcido, Lena, and Tanya. Thanks for being here with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Want to let you know also, if you are in the automotive space, we are enrolling for our 800% club. I'll give you a look at what that looks like. And also, if you're not in the automotive space, but you want to be a part of our Morning 5 community, planners are going on sale on Black Friday. We'll have 20% off. We'll launch the new Morning 5 planner. You can grab yourself one of those. So let me give you a look at what those two look like, and then we'll come right back and we'll talk about Joel. We're also going to hear some stories with Willow this morning here in just a minute. But thanks so much for being here with me. All right, let's do this.
It's an amazing group to learn from. I would suggest it to anybody, who really is looking to grow their business and learn from others.
It's a club of people coming together, working harder to build each other up, to reach levels we would never be able to reach on our own.
It's been just really rewarding and trying to soak up as much of the wisdom I can. I just learned a lot. I can't wait to share with my team.
It was great becoming a part of something where pushes me to go above and beyond, and that's what this club's all about.
The information, the support, the teamwork, the encouragement you get from 800% Club is like nothing I've ever seen.
These ladies and gentlemen that have joined the 800 Club did it for a reason. They want to 800% their business. Like, let's go. What are you waiting for? 800%. That's a big increase. Most of you are looking for 10%, 5%, break even. 800%. Glenn Lundy guarantees it, and I endorse this message.
I love the 800% Club.
GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. So my daughter Willow, she is 8 years old, and she is super, super smart. She's a really smart girl. She's incredibly energetic. One of the things that you'll find about Willow is everyone she meets, she always compliments them right out the gate. Stranger, not a stranger, somebody knows. Every time she sees somebody, she compliments them right out the gate. She is incredibly emotionally expressive. And that in itself can be incredibly challenging at times, right? It's incredibly challenging at times because she does express that emotion, including if that emotion is, I don't like you, I don't agree with you, any of those things, right? I'm mad at you, anything. She expresses her emotions. She's very extreme emotions on either side. And so because of that, she argues often. She argues often with me. She argues often with her mom. She argues often with all the other kids in the neighborhood. There's a lot of arguing. And even when Willow knows she's wrong, right? Even when she knows she's wrong, she will swear by it, right? She will stand in her truth. Even when she knows it's wrong, she will stand in her truth. And even when it's revealed, like when you reveal, you're like, hey, look, you said the piece of grass was purple, but the piece of grass is green. And you can show her that the piece of grass is green, and she will not admit fault, wrong, right? She will swear by it no matter what. She sticks to it. Do you ever do that? Do you ever get so caught up in being right that it doesn't matter what somebody shows you, or it doesn't matter what the truth is, and it doesn't matter who you hurt along the way? You are just so caught up in being right that you're just completely irrational. Have you ever experienced that? And to me, there's a lot of the world dealing with that right now, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you show them. They just are stuck in being right. And so recently, actually, this was 2 days ago, I guess, Meanwhile, at the Lundys, Willow did something really hurtful to her sister Meredith, and her and Meredith, for the most part, are the closest, in age. Meredith is 7, Willow is 8, and she did something really hurtful to her sister. Like, really, it broke my heart. I couldn't believe she made that decision, and Willow knew I was really disappointed in her. She knew that, and she felt shame, and she felt regret, and she sat in it, right? She sat in that shame and that regret, and she cried deeply, and she wasn't allowed to be a part of family time. So every night at the Lundys, we sit down in the living room, and everyone, before we go to bed, everyone says one thing that they're grateful for, and then each child has a night of the week, because we have 7 children. Each child has a night of the week where they sit in the center of the room, and every other kid tells that kid one thing that they love about them, right? We do this every single night. And so Willow wasn't allowed to participate in family time that night, because I was just really disappointed in her decision. And so she went in her room and sat in her shame and her guilt and her regret and her tears. And she actually called her grandmother, which is where she goes for her reprieve. She always calls my mom when she's in trouble. And her and grandma did one-on-one family time, just the two of them, right? And then her and I had some time to talk later that night. Later that night, her and I got a chance to talk after she had sat in the shame, which I believe you and I all do, experienced the guilt, which I believe you and I do. I mean, she cried deeply. Like, she was hurt. Missing family time, it's one thing to miss, a toy, a treat, a birthday party, but our kids love family time. And I know you and I have cried deeply as well. We've done it sometimes right here on this show, right? But that night, after her and I had time, or after all was said and done, her and I had time to talk, and I told her the same exact thing that I told my son Joel. You see, after Joel had his experience out there sitting in his shame and his regret, after making a poor decision with his quad, he had come upstairs to me, and he went and put the keys on the counter or on the dresser, and he was basically saying, "Hey, Dad, I'm not worthy of this quad. I don't deserve it." And he set the keys on the dresser, and he turned to walk away, and I grabbed him. When I grabbed him, I said these words to him, which are the exact same words that I said to Willow as well. I said, "Joel, I love you. And I forgive you. All is forgotten as long as you learned from it." And then I hugged him. I hugged my son. And I hugged Willow. And in those moments, I realized that this is exactly what I wished my dad would have done for me. But my dad wasn't that kind of guy. Like, that's just not how he was built, right? However, my Father in heaven, he is that kind of guy. That's exactly how he's built, and he's not just built that way for me, he's built that way for you. Like, have you ever experienced that? Have you ever experienced the relief of a well-timed hug? Like, the knowledge in that hug, the knowledge of belonging, right? And knowing that you belong and knowing that you have worth, right? Like, the joy, the pure joy of being in a space where you are celebrated not just tolerated. Right? Have you ever felt that? Like, listen, man, I am not a perfect parent by any means. I yell, y'all. I yell. I don't mean to, but I do. I yell, and there are times where I want. John Paul. There are times where I want to just throw my children through the drywall. Like, seriously, man. There's moments, right? There's moments. But meanwhile, at the Lundys, I'm learning. And I am taking notes. I am taking notes from the #1 best-selling book of all time. And it seems to be working. I don't know, man. It seems to be working. And so if you haven't heard those words, I just want to share them with you. These are not from me, but these are words from your father. And those words are, I love you. I forgive you. All is forgotten. As long as you learned from it. And the only reason we put that caveat in of as long as you learned from it is because if you don't learn from it, then ultimately you'll experience it again. And so it can't be forgotten unless we evolve past it, right? We have to rest in our mistakes, rest in that shame, rest in that regret, rest in that guilt, ultimately so we can evolve through that lesson to become the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. So listen, friends, if nobody's told you yet today, I'll be the first. I do. I love you. And I believe in you. And so I want to give you a big, warm, because it's really cold outside, big, warm hug this morning, right? This big, warm hug this morning from me to you right now in this moment. And just let you know that those mistakes that you make, the disappointments that you have, the regret, the shame, and the guilt that you feel, like me too, man. I experience all of that as well. So let's just lock arms and we'll do this together. Does that sound fair?
How are you?
My daughter was the one with the little pom-poms on her head that came up and hugged you today. So I just wanted to say thank you because she's really been struggling with depression. And you called me a date today, so thank you.
She gave a really tight hug and she said I needed this. I didn't know.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It made a whole difference to her today. Thank you again.
No, thank you.
It made a big difference for her.
Alright guys, welcome back to MD Motivator. Today we're going to be blindfolded and have a sign that says, if you're missing someone these holiday seasons, take a flower and hug me. Let's put some smiles on some strangers' faces. Let's go.
Can I give you a hug?
For sure. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Who are you missing this holiday season?
My cousin.
Where's your cousin?
He sadly passed from an overdose.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't...
It's okay.
I hope you're doing okay.
I'm fine.
Can I have a hug? For sure, bro. What's going on?
I need to my aunt. She died half a year ago, but it's still hard.
Were you close with her?
Yeah, she was like a third parent to me.
I'm so sorry to hear that, man. If you could say one thing to her, what would it be?
But I love her very much. I'm gonna miss her at all Christmases as well.
Love you, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Take a flower for her, okay?
Thank you so much.
I know your heart. I know your soul.
What's my heart say?
You don't care.
I'm really giving you a hug.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
I need that.
How are you? Got you a flower? Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.
You too.
Bye.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Who are you missing?
I'm missing my mom.
Where's your mom?
I haven't been able to see her for a few years.
How come?
Drugs got the hold of her.
Oh man, if you could say anything to her right now, what would it be?
I love you. Please don't give up. Thank you.
Good luck. I love you, okay?
Thank you.
I love you.
Oh, wow, and I hope you have a really good year this year, eh?
Thank you. You too.
We all need that, right?
We all do. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Are you missing someone too?
We all miss our family members, right? Yeah, so
I feel
take
you.
care of yourself, and you have a really good year this year.
Thank you so much. I love you. Bye. Oh, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
What's going on?
Miss my grandma.
Is she somewhere else or where's she?
She's up.
Was this recent?
2 years ago.
Were you close with her, it sounds like?
Yeah, very much so.
I'm so sorry to hear this. I'll give him a hug.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. You take a flower?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
I love you.
Today is the 32nd anniversary of my dad's death. So this is one of those like times of
I'm so sorry.
thank you.
Are you close with him?
I was 3 when he died, so it's that much harder, but this is beautiful. I love it.
Take 2 flowers, one for you and then one for him to think of him today.
I'm gonna give them both to my daughters that are in the car waiting.
Oh.
So thank you so much.
I love you. Have a great day.
You too.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Are you missing someone?
Yep.
I'm thinking of you. Who are you missing?
My dad.
I'm so sorry. I love you. Good luck, okay? You take a flower for him?
I did.
Okay. Have a great Sunday. How are you?
I like the sign.
Hi. How are you?
There you go.
Oh, small.
Yeah,
What's your name? I'll give you a hug.
here. Now he's trying to give him a hug. There you go.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good.
Do you want a flower?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
This one.
Oh, you already got a flower. Are you excited for Christmas?
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas?
I want a guitar.
Oh, you want a guitar?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get a guitar. Sounds like you're really excited about it.
Yeah.
Can I get a high five?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for saying hi.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Yeah, bye.
I love that he's blindfolded, right? That he's completely blindfolded, just telling strangers, right? Like, I love you. And giving him a well-timed hug, right? Powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. Listen, we're doing this series, Meanwhile at the Lundys, because I know you have a lot of things going on as well, right? All at the same time. We're all 8 billion of us around this planet. We've all got things going on at the same time, right? The same time. So what I wanted to do is pull us together this week. I've got Meanwhile at the Lundys. I want you to change that last word from Meanwhile at the Lundys to Meanwhile at the Hymans, or Meanwhile at the B Crafts, or Meanwhile at the Watts, Meanwhile at the Mathesons, or Meanwhile at the at the Burns. Meanwhile at the Sankeys. Meanwhile at the Guidrys, right? I want you to go ahead and throw that last name in there and take the time to rest in it. Take the time to make sure that we are sharing with our loved ones the fact that we love them, that we're forgiving those we need to forgive, including ourselves, that we are forgetting and not holding on to that which can keep us from the best versions of ourselves and keep us from sharing those blind hugs with strangers that are just so well timed. And I hope throughout the week we can learn from the lessons. If you're watching live, we're going to head over to Clubhouse and we're going to open up some mics and we're going to let everyone share what's going on in their world. If you're watching this a little bit later in the day, then you can always head over to Clubhouse and check out our Breakfast with Champions room for some motivation, education, and inspiration. We're there till 1 o'clock Eastern time. If you're catching this somewhere outside of that, I'll be back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again right here on GM3X. Does that sound fair? All right. Have an amazing day. Go get you some tacos. right, get him, Oakland.
You're not so far away. I saw you not so long ago. Was it just yesterday? Got that old feeling that I know. In the dark of the night, I'll be alright. The sun will arise. The sun will arise. The sun will arise. A sea of messages overtaking what I know. A war is a whisperer, and it's coming for my soul. In the dark of the night, I can see the light. The sun will arise. 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 When I was broken, you came and set me free. I was searching for someone to fight for me. I'll remember it's your light that shines on me. I won't be afraid, I will look to the light. I will not be shaken, I know it will be alright. 'Cause you're with me, I know that the sun will rise.